Special containment procedures. SCP-003 is to be maintained at a constant temperature of no less than 35 C and ideally kept above 100 C in event of total power failure. Assigned personnel must use their body heat to keep SCP-003-1 above the critical temperature. All personnel who have come in physical contact with SCP-003-1 are to immediately report for sterilization afterwards. SCP-003-1 must not be removed from SCP-003-2 except in case of emergency procedures detailed above. Any significant change in SCP-003-2's rune activity, including pattern, frequency, or color, should be reported within 3 hours of occurrence. Cessation of rune activity must be reported immediately. SCP-003-2 must be supplied with power via the source-designated generator 003IX at all times. Refer to attached documentation for details. Description: SCP-003 was located by remote viewing Team SRV-04 Beta. See attached documents. SCP-003 consists of two related components of separate origin, referred to as SCP-003-1 and SCP-003-2. SCP-003-1 appears to be composed of chitin, hair, and nails of unknown biology similar to redacted, arranged in a configuration similar to that of a computer motherboard. Testing reveals SCP-003-1 to predate earliest known circuit boards by redacted. SCP-003-1 is considered sentient but not actively dangerous except under certain conditions. See addenda and attached documents. SCP-003-1 was found on a stone tablet, SCP-003-2, on which it currently resides. The runes on SCP-003-2 are not part of any known language, and flicker with pale tones. These are effects of communication, interpretable by data expunged. Analysis has shown that SCP-003-1 and SCP-003-2 have different origins. SCP-003-2 is controlled by a non-biological internal computer, the contents of which are mostly inaccessible without risk of damaging SCP-003-2. SCP-003-2 is capable of controlled emissions of radiation, including heat and redacted. It is considered probable that SCP-003-2 was created for the purpose of containing SCP-003-1. Methods detailed in Addendum 00301 have allowed access to some data contained in SCP-003-2. While interpretation is not conclusive, contents may refer to a past and or potential future. Class restructuring event caused by SCP-003-1. SCP-003-2 contains an internal power source of data expunged, which appears to have been losing power since before discovery by SRV-04 Beta. It appears possible that SRV-04 Beta was deliberately contacted by SCP-003-2 via data expunged. Other organizations have also been alerted to SCP-003's existence, possibly by similar means. Despite this activity, SCP-003-2 does not appear to be sentient, based on redacted and its lack of reaction to redacted, including M03 Gloria procedures. When SCP-003 drops below the temperature of 35 C, both components react. First, SCP-003-1 enters a growth state characterized by an exponential increase in mass. This growth state consists of two stages. In both stages, SCP-003-1 partially fuels its growth by converting matter around it, starting with any surrounding inorganic material, including atmospheric elements, then non-living organic material, including cells of dead skin, hair, chitin, enamel, keratin, and other biological materials. The first stage is the default stage. The second stage begins when SCP-003-1 comes in contact with living organic material. In its second stage, SCP-003-1 may pause, slow or change its growth, and will also reprocess inorganic and non-living organic elements into functionally similar structures while data expunged. While growth is consistent in the first stage, In the second stage, scp-003's growth rate is diminished by 20-90% so long as scp-0031 remains in contact with living organic material. The percentage is determined by the complexity of the organism S in contact with scp-0031, as confirmed by redacted readings. scp-0031 appears to devote a large amount of processing power to analysis of living organic material. During each of scp-0031's growth stages, scp-0032 releases bursts of radiation that temporarily inhibit scp-0031's growth, or reverse this growth when the temperature of scp-0031 rises above 100 C. Similar radiation emissions may be produced via data expunged. Addendum 00301, acting on information gathered from linguistic analysis of scp-0032's runes and data expunged, research team M03 Gloria has managed to establish a link between scp-003 and data expunged for analysis of functions. scp-0031 must now be considered sentient, and is to be kept a minimum of 1 km from data expunged and the resulting byproduct at all times. Addendum 00302, scp-0032's power loss has been exacerbated by the procedures performed by M03 Gloria. On orders of 05, M03 Gloria will continue procedures. Addendum 00303, data expunged. During this process, scp-0031 doubled its mass and began rapid structural growth. Temperature was immediately returned to 100 C. Growth and mass increase of scp-0031 continued for 9 minutes and 6 seconds, at which time a sustained radiation spike was produced by scp-0032. In response, scp-0031 returned to its normal state in 3 minutes and 39 seconds. New growth dissolved into a dusty residue which was collected for analysis. Both scp-0031 and scp-0032 ceased all detectable activity. scp-0032 did not resume activity until connected to redacted external power source. scp-0032's runes glowed uniformly gray and did not resume normal activity for 3 hours, and afterwards, data expunged. scp-0032 no longer appears to be able to maintain containment area at a temperature above 35 C without external power supplied by redacted designated generator 0033 through IX. Addendum 00304. The procedure detailed in Addendum 00303 was repeated, and scp-0031 again entered a growth state. After 10 minutes and 13 seconds, scp-0032 once again produced a sustained radiation spike. scp-0031's growth stopped for 36 seconds, then resumed at its previous pace. On quadrupling its mass, scp-0031 formed a coherent outer shell and body, which initially took a form similar in shape to an ophiuroid brittle star of 15 meters in diameter, including what appeared to be a central processor of 3 meters in diameter, formed sensory organs that appeared to scan the surrounding environment, and partially converted its containment area to redacted. scp-0031 then breached containment, entering the observation gallery where 9 members of M03 Gloria were present. On physical contact with team members, scp-0031 entered stage 2 of its growth, and data expunged. scp-0031 stopped growth for 15 minutes. scp-0031 then resumed growth, and rearranged the component parts of the center of its form to the shape of a 3-meter-tall female humanoid, with peripheral tentacles shifting to extrude primarily from scp-0031's newly formed hair and spine. scp-0031 then produced rudimentary vocalizations and data expunged. An unknown Caucasian male, later identified as redacted, approached the compromised containment area in company of a full squad of agents. Redacted claimed to be acting on orders of 05 in attempted communication with scp-0031. Data expunged. Agent of M03 Glory has successfully restored power to scp-003 and activated backup generators to return the temperature to 100 C. scp-003 will return to its normal state in 21 minutes and 7 seconds, and was successfully recontained without incident. All 9 members of M03 Gloria affected by scp-0031 were afterwards found to be physically unharmed, with no residual effects besides minor psychological trauma. The converted materials of scp-003's former containment area did not dissolve and are now under analysis. Addendum 00305. In light of the previous incident, 05, data expunged by joint decision of 05, 05, and 05. All M03 Gloria procedures have been indefinitely suspended.